Here's my buddy Bob. Bob, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I wish I could say I was doing better. I don't have a single introverted bone in my body, so this entire stay-at-home thing is horrible. Like my job is still going, like nothing's changed at work, and I go to an actual location, and I don't know what I would do if I didn't have that because I live alone. I don't have family that I live with. I'm completely alone. So without work, I'd have no human interaction whatsoever.
See, I'd actually be okay with that for a while. I never go out, so it's kind of like my day hasn't changed, except I work from home now.
Hi, my name's Brian Crawford with pghmuseums.org, and over the next several weeks, I'll be talking with artists, museum directors, and even the general manager of a professional sports team. Due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, we'll be practicing social distancing and speaking over video, and talking about how the virus is affecting the people who make our culture community work. We'll be discussing how it's affecting their lives, how they're staying creative, overcoming challenges, and how they plan to bounce back when we can all leave our homes again. Please join me for COVID Conversations.
Being an introvert and not leaving is okay with me because all I do is work from home now. And the best part about it is actually having lunch with my family.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest part, I think, is seeing my wife at home where I know she'd rather be at work during the day.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that like not seeing her is bad, but like just seeing her be disappointed she can't go to work and do because she loves her job.
That makes sense. Yeah. With me, I really don't love my job. And it's sad to me that that's become my social life. Like I've always made a point that I'm work will not be my social life. Because some people where I work, it's that's all they do. They don't do anything but go to work. They work 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week. And then they're there off the clock doing things in the break room with other people at work. And I'm like, no, that is not me. I do work some overtime, but when I'm out of there, I go and do things with other people. And I'm one of those people, if I'm at home, I'll go and walk down the street and visit my friend's studio who's in Beachview, or I'll go to the bar and get a drink. I'm always or the coffee shop. I'm always out, or just even walking, downtown. I'm always out. I hate being. I'm not an introvert at all. Not even a little bit. So, and I can't imagine what life would be without these videos.
Yeah, it's I've actually been doing more live painting on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram. I did a live art exhibition from my studio.
Mm-hmm.
So because I was supposed to have a show, and that understandably, but still disappointing, got canceled, so now I'm sitting on a bunch of art that I'm beginning to just look at and hate. So I'm painting over some of it and making something new.
So that's kind of how you're handling it. You're kind of revisiting old stuff.
Yeah. It's hard. I'm waiting on supplies to get here, and stuff's out of stock. I got the places where I buy my supplies. They're our warehouse is limited to what we have and the workers we have. So there's no guaranteed shipping date on stuff. And there's nothing I can do about that. And luckily I do have some clientele and customers that are very understanding at this point. And it's, even though I'm still trying to make money, which it's only me working. So this income is very helpful to everything else. I actually feel it's I hate making a transactional post anytime, but even now when people aren't working, I'm fuck, I really need to make some money too. What can I do that isn't so expensive instead of trying to sell a painting? I'm trying to come up with different ideas with print releases, and I have some bandanas in the work coming up.
Oh, that's a good idea because people will really need that right now, because people are using them as masks. And I
Yeah.
don't even know how you would even get one because most of the stores that are open, they don't sell bandanas.
Yeah, I have a supplier that was like, these are the colors I have, and I'm like, I'll go with it.
Yeah. So what was that like? How did that feel when your show got pushed back? I mean, I know I'm feeling similar thoughts because like this was my year. This was like, like they had like in Seinfeld, there was the Summer of George. This was going to be with Brian, where I was going to go out and film all of these like documentaries and all of this stuff surrounding the museums and put together just this portfolio that was going to be so impressive that, despite not having, I don't have a degree in anything and in going into communications and things like that, a lot of companies, they want you to have a degree. So my plan was to put together this portfolio that was so dynamite that nobody was going to be able to turn me away. Yeah. And now everything I plan to do is on hold, and who knows if it'll even happen because of this damn virus.
Well, I think you could still make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I would say be persistent with it. Be like, look, it's unfortunate that this happened, but I think you could still do it as long as you got the right places and the right people behind you saying, yeah, you know what, this was unfortunate, let's still do it. I think you're going to see a lot more people being more compassionate and understanding with stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I just worry, who knows how long this is going to last, because, you hear so many different stories. And right now in the UK, some scientists just came out and said that we need to be in isolation for 12 months. So,
that makes no sense.
Yeah, I just don't know how, you don't know how long it's going to last. That's the part that's kind of scary.
Well, and you also don't know who to believe and what news sources is putting out.
Well, this was the BBC, and I trust the BBC. So I think that the scientist did say it. It wasn't like it was, Joe Schmo's blog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think at this point, prayer and just positive vibes is the way to go. In my mind, just pray to whoever you want, for something good to happen with all this and everything. I think being very optimistic about it is the best way to be, because the way that we're kind of handling it is, yeah, we're stuck in a shitty situation with a lot of income taken away because my wife can't work.
Yeah.
But as bad as it is for us, there's so many people in the same situation as us. And then there's another group of people that are far worse than us.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of it's helping me get through that, just knowing that we're all in the same situation together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think being optimistic about things right now is probably the best way to go, for me at least. I'm finding something more to smile about every day. I'm enjoying this time that I have with my kids, that I'm spending time with my wife. And now it's bringing out a whole different feel of art. Mm-hmm. I have my dark moments, which I'm actually going to be working on a pretty fucking dark painting coming up. But it's going to be fun. I just created a very vibrant painting as well. That's to me about the importance of being around people, even though that's not my thing, but just feeling secluded, and the importance to go out and see color and enjoy different things than just what you're confined to at your house.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think people will be more appreciative of just what's available out there for them. I'm hoping maybe it'll turn some of my more introverted friends into more extroverts, and they'll want to go out.
Yeah, I hope it does that to me, because I really I enjoy people on my terms. If I want to go out, I enjoy it. But right now, I'm happy being home. But what my goal is to start seeing is for people to start shopping, buying local, and appreciating the what locals have, and local businesses, local entrepreneurs, artists, music, and everything like that. Because right now, it's that's who's going to thrive once this is all over, is the people that need the community behind them. Like I would love to see people buying my art and or my friends' art and stuff like that, instead of going to like Bed Bath and Beyond, Target, or fucking Walmart. Like don't buy that Target art, like go to somebody that you know that you're going to get a piece of that's original. Yeah, you'll probably pay a lot more money, but you're not getting something that 14,000 people have in their home, and you're also putting money back into your community and stuff like that.
Do you feel like this has actually in some ways been an opportunity for you? I know you said you've been doing some live painting on Facebook and stuff. Do you think it's reaching an audience maybe that you hadn't reached previously because people are just sitting at home and they're bored?
I think I'm revisiting people that started following me in the beginning, where a lot of my stuff has changed, and now it's bringing back old faces to my work now. And I think in a way that turns into a new fan, I guess, a new follower in a sense. And it is giving me better opportunities, and it's making me think outside the box on ways to create. I was just talking to my buddy the other day. I'm very limited to my paint supplies now. Like, I don't have that many just because of lack of access to them to go buy more. I mean, I can order them off online, but that takes days. So what I'm trying to do is utilize every color I have, which is probably only like maybe 10 different colors. But with 10 different colors, I can make 100.
Yeah, mixing things together and stuff.
Yeah. So like I can just mix and make colors. So like now it's challenging me to create with what I have. And
yeah, that's interesting because the kind of like this video. So part of this video is going to be taken out and used in another video. So I'm going to release both of them. But the one video is kind of a similar way. So like my friend, I don't know if you know Willie James, he was just on.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine, and he kind of like inspired me recently. He did, because I was kind of like down in the dumps because I'm like, I can't do any of these documentaries that I wanted to do. I had all these great ideas. And he's like, well, you should like have people do like cell phone videos. I'm like, I'm not a fan of that. Well, then I saw him do it, and I'm like, wow, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it that style, I'm doing this with the Zoom because it's a little bit easier for me to work with. But he did a thing with Rick Seaback, and then he had me call in, and it was just like, it was really cool. And it was just kind of like his day dealing with this. And I thought, well, why don't I do my day? So I literally pirated his idea, but I'm doing my day. It's my day off, and what am I doing to get things going on PGH Museums? And then I thought, well, why don't we call an artist and see like what they're doing, and that can be kind of like part of my day, just kind of like seeing how other people are dealing with it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. This is fun. It's a way for us to interact right now, where the last time we were in person, and now it's just like chilling out, checking in on one another. To me, it's a sense of caring too with what you're doing. You're like, let's see what these odd artists are doing.
Yeah,
luckily, I am wearing pants.
I am too. Yeah, that's the big thing. Everyone's always asking, are you wearing pants?
Well, I'll be honest. Anytime I leave the house now, for anything that is necessity, it's like, does this store or this reason me going out, does that call for underwear or not? And lately it's been like, no, I'm not part of the underwear crew right now. I refuse to put it on.
There you go. See, I'm the opposite. Now, I've always been that way. They're like, people like my one friend talks about how he walks around the house naked all the time. Like, I am never, ever naked, ever. Like, and people do that all the time. Like, they sit around. They're always like, they talk about that. Like, oh, no one's over. Like, especially people who are single. They're like, oh, I just sit on my couch naked. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I always have a shirt on, always have pants on. I don't always have like jeans on, which I have now. Like, a lot of times I have more comfortable pants on, but I never go unclothed.
See, I used to just walk around and keep it ball out. But with the little kids now, like, I can't have my kids going to school and be like, yeah, daddy walks around naked. They're going to be like, what kind of fucking place do you live in?
You lost that opportunity.
Yeah. What address is that again? Yeah. So like I try to be more clothed now. Like, but I'm typically in a hoodie or just a t-shirt and a pair of shorts or like lounge pants in a way.
That's kind of what I do, yeah, when I'm around. But yeah, I'm always like fully clothed. Wintertime, I have like multiple clothes on. Like wintertime, like not so much since I started my job because my job's always like it's in a dirty place. But like before that, I used to always wear like, layers, always colored shirts. Not because I was like trying to be dressy, but just because like layers are warm. So when you dress, when you dress like nice and professional in the winter, you're actually warmer than if you dress down.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: being naked in the winter, it is not very welcoming for a man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the Seinfeld episode with the lobster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, do you have any what's your rebound plan? We come out of the stay-at-home order, the virus is dead, and now we're getting back into business. Like, what do you have? Like a big I don't know, like a big gut punch to the coronavirus. Welcome back.
Yeah, my goal is to possibly do a mural, find somewhere locally that would let me do a mural where if I can get them to cover supplies, like I don't want to be paid for my time that much on this, but I would rather be paid in supplies, like to have people chip in or donate for it and do like a big, amazing, colorful mural that is dedicated to a community and sticking together, I guess. Like I'd love to do something like that. My other goal is to put so much effort into a solo show that was supposed to be, I think, in October. And if that's still, if that's still happening, I want it to have all this new body of work, which I'm working on. I have different sketches. I have one painting done, and I got another one on the way. Like, I just want to, to me, it's causing a lot more art. Like, it's like a lot more, because I'm stuck with my own thoughts, but in a way that I'm forced to, because they're like, you can't go to the store for a Red Bull right now unless you need toilet paper or food or something. And that's kind of like how I do it. I made sure that when I left the house last week to get something that I needed, so I bought beer. I was like, I'm out and about already. I'm getting beer.
They're open.
Yeah. So my plan is to come back with a bunch of new stuff. Something sharing my experience as being confined and lockdown, I guess, and in quarantine. I actually think I was preparing for this more than anyone else, and I'll tell you why. If you go back and look at my art, it was nothing but fucking gas masks. I mean, I'm not saying I see the future. But my mind has been prepared for a day like this. And I have a gas mask up there. I got a plague mask. I just need some flowers to fill into the plague mask, and I'm good.
You'll be set.
Yeah. I mean,
paintings will, you're right. And I think they could be very marketable afterwards. You could have a post-coronavirus memorial sale or something.
Yeah, you know what? I actually might do that. I've been going through a lot of my old work and pictures of it, and I'm gonna do the quarantine edition. I might actually do a quarantine book. It's something of like a 8x10 or a 5x7 little quarantine book of prints of mine.
Yeah,
that I did that might be something that I'm doing.
Awesome.
But dude, if you want to see what I worked on, let me see. How do I flip it? How do I flip? There it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let me stand up. Yeah, so that's the is that coming through pretty well?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, it's
that's awesome.
Thank you. It's just many layers of colors, like mixing with dark and light and everything.
So did you have to mix anything to get some of these colors? Like, was it all like, did you have enough colors to do this, or did you have to blend some things?
For this one, this color, I blended with Lizard and Crimson and purple, I think, and another like maroon color in a way.
Okay.
That's the only one, but like these I actually ran out of white.
Oh wow.
On this, and you can't mix any color to make white.
Yeah. Yeah, because white is the reflection of everything. So it's like, I'm sure if you mixed everything, you would end up with black, right?
Oh, that's pretty much exactly what happens. Like you end up getting a muddy color for the most part. Yeah, it's the color wheels and stuff like that are very helpful, but I'm still not that well at creating different colors. So, but I mean, I hope all my artist friends and anyone out there is taking advantage of this time instead of being upset about it because we're kind of stuck with it.
Yeah.
Why not be productive and do something that's all about creating?
Yeah, you know, I think it's like they always say, like, you always watch these TV shows, right, where they always show the character like going through like this cycle of grief, and like they always go through like it like very rapidly. It's like all of a sudden like now they're this, now they're that, and it's like so like radical. Yeah. But I think that is like, I think like you have to go through a cycle of grief. Like I know myself, like I was like really down about it for a while, and then now I'm doing these phone calls, I'm doing some other stuff, and it's like, you know, it kind of like took me a minute to get out of a funk, and like it got to that point where like, okay, you're accepting it, and like how can I now take advantage of this opportunity? But I don't think like for some people, I think it takes like it's a process. You have to like
things. Yeah, because I mean we all handle difficult times, difficulty stuff, and like grieving in some ways, understanding, all in different ways. And I think just because of my personality, I took to it was like, peace. I left work, was like setting up shop. I'll be working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pants off, dance off, you know?
It's a wonderful museum in Indiana, PA. The Jimmy Stewart Museum introduces you to the life of war hero, family man, and actor Jimmy Stewart, famously known for films like It's a Wonderful Life and Harvey. In addition to the impressive display of original movie posters and awards, the Jimmy Stewart Museum introduces you to the icon on a personal level, with relics of his upbringing with the J.M. Stewart hardware store to his military desk as a brigadier general, Boy Scout awards in a recreated bedroom, and much more. The museum even has a 1930s vintage movie theater to view old Jimmy Stewart films. Janie McCurgan, the museum's executive director, was never fortunate enough to meet Jimmy in person, but she's poured through the documents and set up the exhibitions. Does she feel like she knows him now?
I do. After diving into all these displays and the archives and reading multiple stories about him in books, I really feel like I know the man. He was who he was when you saw him. He was a simple, everyday man who was so kind. And his advice to his daughters going off to college was just be nice to people. That's all he told them. So he was just a really down-to-earth, humble, kind man.
Get your chance to meet Jimmy yourself with an impressive collection that spans his life at the Jimmy Stewart Museum, just upstairs of the Indiana Public Library in downtown Indiana, Pennsylvania. Learn more at jimmy.org. Thank you for listening to COVID Conversations, a special series for PGH Museums, produced and edited by me, Brian Crawford. Support PGH Museums by joining our membership program at pghmuseums.org/join. Our music is Energy 2013 by Sasha Endy and can be found at filmmusic.io and licensed under the Creative Commons. Let us know how you're keeping your spark in these trying times. Email me at brian@pghmuseums.org. Stay safe, keep your distance, and keep creating.